October has come. Fall is here, Halloween is right around the corner, and I'm pretty sure you already know what you want to be for Halloween. But you might not know what you want to do for Halloween, or for the month of October for that matter, besides go to a Halloween party and get hammered as shit. Well, if you want to do something fun, something spooky, Halloween-ish, this might be the video that you're looking for. This is the haunted house attraction Iceberg. If you don't know what an iceberg chart is, it's basically a list of information sorted from the most known to the least known. This one's going to be a little bit different. This one's going to be a list of information sorted from the least scariest to the most scariest. So at the top you got your typical haunted house, Disneyland, Mickey Mouse bullcrap, and at the bottom you got this masochistic shit, torturing stuff that I don't understand why anybody would want to endure. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Captain Crazy. If you don't want to call me by that dumb name, you can just call me Mikey Mo. That works fine too. And yeah, let's get into this video. Now, layer 1, you got your basic haunts. These are going to be haunts that anywhere from your 5-year-old kid to your 100-year-old grandma can take without any issues whatsoever. So we're going to start off strong with the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland or Disney World or whatever, wherever you go. I went to this like twice as a kid, I think, and even as a kid it wasn't very scary, and I was an anxious child. It's really visually pleasing. There's a cart ride in the middle. You just go through a bunch of stuff. I think it's like a musical almost. I don't know. It relies on holograms and stuff like that. Props are cool. Obviously it's Disneyland, they're gonna spend a lot of money on their props and such, so yeah, that's it. Not so thrilling, not so scary, visually pleasing. Right after that we got the Tower of Terror. I think they changed it now to some sort of Guardians of the Galaxy thing. I don't know what it is now, but anyways, back then it was the Tower of Terror. This wasn't a walkthrough attraction, this was more like a ride. Went up and down till you eventually shit yourself and then the ride was over. But it was visually pleasing with stunning graphic designs and such. I don't know what to call it. Digital art was great. I never personally went on this one. If you've been on it, let me know what it is, or let me know how it is down in the comments below. Next up on the list is Trauma Towers, located in Blackpool, Pleasure Beach, in the northwest of England. Opened in 1980, it wasn't originally a crazy haunt. It was more like a family-friendly type of thing. You went through, kind of had a comedic style to it, and it was known as the Haunted Hotel until its refurbishment in the 1990s, where it was now known as Trauma Towers. And it took on a more scary and dark persona of a walk-through maze. Even then, this one wasn't really very scary. It had no actors, relied on mostly darkness and props, animatronics, ambiance, stuff like that. There was even a part of it where water splashed on you or something, which eventually led to its downfall in 2008, where it was put into SBNO, which if you don't know stands for Standing But Not Operating. Then it was completely demolished in 2018, and they're probably gonna build like a Starbucks there or some crap.
Looking at some of the footage of it now, it looks like it kind of really sucked ass, so I'm not surprised they got rid of it.
House of Frankenstein, located in Niagara Falls. A couple years ago, it was kind of subpar. Didn't look very scary. This is a cool game in the middle of this one. You get to shoot at little props. The props start popping up. You got to put coins in the game to start shooting the scientists. And it was a cool game to say the least, and it was in the middle of the attraction. So as you're going through the walkthrough, you can stop by and play this little game where you get a little 38 special and just start going ham on scientific stuff. Nowadays they added some actors, and it's gotten a little bit scarier, I guess. It's upgraded a little bit, relies mostly on darkness, ambiance, animatronics. Even the animatronics are a little shitty. Like check this clip out. What the, I get that's Frankenstein, I think, right there, but who the hell is that next to him? What is that thing? Some sort of big monster baby? Then I watched this guy's video on it. This guy Carpetbagger, shout out to him. This guy's hilarious, man. He just went through it and couldn't stop screaming his ass off.
Oh, dude! Oh! There's two of you. Oh. Oh, what's that? What's shaking? Okay.
Oh, and also there's a Burger King attached to it now. So after you're done shitting your pants, you could go and get a Whopper just to refuel. Prism, first located in Mission Viejo, California. The owners are David Fetterman and Andrew Ducote, whatever, however you pronounce his last name. I gotta say, this haunt looks pretty cool. This one looks pretty dope. It seems to have a lot of cool visuals. They seem to be great with graphics designs and digital arts and stuff like that. And even the actors seem to be pretty on point. It's also got a cool background story about a mad scientist who creates a bunch of crazy experiments, and you go through his laboratory of crazy experiments and such, or whatever. It became successful and seemed to have grown. In 2022, they switched up the location to the Westminster Mall in Westminster, California, but 2023, this year, claims to be going back to Mission Viejo, I think at the original house. Last year at the Westminster Mall, they did it with another attraction. There were two of them, so you went through the first one, then after you're done with the first one, you go through the second one, which was Prism. And that one was pretty cool. From what I saw, it looked pretty sick, and I think I'm gonna go to this one this year with my little brother and vlog it, so keep watch for that video.
Press the button? What button? Oh, this button.
Thank you for rebooting my neural net. I will direct you to the antigen to neutralize the virus and restore the lab's functions. One moment. Proceed through the autopsy labs to the back corridors, which will lead you to the central antigen dispersion unit. I'll be watching you through the lab's security cameras. If any of you should be killed, fear not. Only one is needed. Make haste. There isn't much time.
Okay, getting out.
Yeah, I just like that it looks very visually pleasing. The guys definitely know what they're doing with their special effects and their graphic digital arts and such. So Backwoods
Not those backwoods. Yeah, those backwoods.
is one that I will briefly talk about. It was located in Burbank, California, but is no longer running. It stopped in 2018. From what it looked like, the props, the setting looked cool, the walkthrough looked pretty cool, but the actors really didn't do much to try to jump scare you. It's kind of mediocre in a way, and overall it just lacked the jump scare aspect.
Although it did lack a lot of jump scare aspects from the actors and all, the set design was actually pretty good for being a backyard haunted house. Yeah, I think they really did a good job in creating a really strange atmosphere. However, there really is no theme to this one. It seems like everything's just kind of all over the place and random, so yeah, take that as you will.
Rotten Apple 907 has been running for years, since the 1990s, I believe, and it's a local homeowners attraction, again in Burbank, California. It's free to enter, just like Prism. I'm not sure when they have it. The interesting thing about this one is that the theme changes every year. So last year they had a theme about some sort of snake cult thing, and I didn't really get it, but it was cool. I mean, it looked cool. The actors could scare you a little more, but I think this one's trying to be a little more family friendly. Also, the animatronics could use some work. I mean, check this snake out, for example. What the hell was that? I don't know why I'm shitting on these people so much. It's fine. Their settings and everything look amazing for being done at a home, at a local home. It looks beautiful. It looks beautifully done. The props look great. The actors have great costumes on. They lack the jump scare aspect, but then that's what I think proves my point, is they're more of a family friendly type of thing. For something that's free, come on, what do you expect? And they've been doing it for so long, so it doesn't seem like they're gonna stop doing it. Maybe check it out this year. I think I'm gonna check it out, that's for sure. That concludes Layer 1. Now we move on to Layer 2, which is Scream Parks. Scream Parks include your basic Halloween Horror Nights, Fright Fest, Not Scary Farm, Hollow Weekends.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna touch up on them so much because everybody really knows about these. Halloween Horror Nights is Universal Studios in October. Fright Fest is Six Flags in October. Not Scary Farm is Knott's Berry Farm in October, for all those Edgars out there. Hollow Weekends is Cedar Point in October. Anyways, not much to be said about that. If I was gonna rank these from what I know, I don't know too much about Hollow Weekends for that matter, but if I was gonna choose between Horror Nights, Fright Fest, and Knott's Scary Farm, I think I would go to Horror Nights first, then Fright Fest, and then Knott's Scary Farm. Although I have not been to Knott's Scary Farm, so I really don't know. The only complaint I really do have about Halloween Horror Nights is that the lines are like 3 hours long, and you're only gonna get on like two haunted maze attractions at that point. They need to do something to fix that crap, because that ain't happening. And then I drink myself stupid when I'm over there, so I'm gonna be waiting in 3 hours. I'm gonna have to piss by the time I get into the attraction. The freaking lines give me anxiety more than the fucking haunt does. But then again, that's coming from a guy who got a panic attack on the Pets ride, alright? I don't want to talk about it. That brings us to layer 3, Creepy World. Creepy World is a Scream park, so I don't know why it wasn't on layer 2. But maybe that's because it's a little scarier than the other traditional Scream parks. Located in Fenton, Missouri, I believe, just outside of St. Louis. I saw a couple of videos on this and it looks pretty good, man. The actors look great. They definitely have some experience with messing with people and scaring people and such. There's different types of attractions throughout the whole park, so, you know, sky's the limit. I seen a couple of them that looked really cool, and they look like they go all out.
Oh man, look at that! Dude, this is intense. It's one thing after the other. Giant pumpkin ride. Michael's still on here. Oh! See you, Michael.
So if you're anywhere near St. Louis, go check out Creepy World. I'm pretty sure it's a cool experience, and I'm pretty sure it's badass. The Bates Motel is located in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. It's a hayride and a walkthrough. I think it lasts about like 30 minutes or so. And not much to say about this one. The actors are pretty good. The props are good. Ambiance is there. That's coming from somebody who's not really into hayrides. I'm more of a walkthrough type guy than I am a ride type of person, but the hayride even looks sick, and they play some banger ass rock music in the middle of you going through all that. So as you're seeing all this crazy shit happening, they're playing Black Sabbath or something in the back. It's overall pretty visually pleasing and a pretty cool experience. So for 30 minutes, I don't know how much it is. I don't know if it's free. I don't think it's free, but for 30 minutes, not bad. The 13th floor, located in Denver, Colorado. Good. The 13th floor has some crazy animatronics. It has some creative props, very dark. The actors are great. The 13th floor, nothing but good things to be said about the 13th floor. It looks like it's gonna be a banger. For sure. Yeah, it seems like there's constant noise and constant things happening during the 13th floor. I guess my only complaint would be that it looks like it's a little dark, so you can't really see too much of the ambiance around, or like the setting around you and stuff, and that might turn me off a little bit. But the animatronics, everything else, acting looks great. Looks pretty scary. That brings us to the next one, The Darkness. Located in St. Louis, Missouri. This attraction is a part of a slew of attractions. There's 6 others, as well as like a golf course, a mini golf course, I'm guessing, but this one being the main attraction. It's about 30 minutes to an hour walkthrough time. Actors, props, and animatronics all look very well done, and professional quality to say the least. So
Now, I do believe that there are actors in this attraction, but they mostly pride themselves on their animatronics and set designs. I mean, look at these. They're stunning, they're beautiful. And this is all to come for 2023, so
if you're anywhere near St. Louis, Missouri, go ahead and give The Darkness a try. Why not? You shit your pants. Might want to wear some adult diapers. Darkness was the last one for layer 3, which brings us to layer 4, starting off strong with the Dent Schoolhouse. This one's pretty interesting because it's an actual schoolhouse that has been, well, abandoned. So all the decrepitness of the schoolhouse is still there, and it's got a weird urban legend on why it was shut down in the first place. Apparently the janitor that used to work there was kidnapping and killing kids in the basement of the entire schoolhouse. It's still an urban legend. There's not really like any truth to that, but kids did happen to go missing around that time, and then the janitor ended up fleeing around that time as well. So Pretty weird. Anyways, they made it into a haunted attraction. It's located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you're near there, maybe think about going. The props are good. The attraction is great. The actors are great. The actors scare you. There's not really much cool down time on this one. You're gonna get scared at every corner. So I'm not sure this one's really for kids too much. But I mean, if your kid has balls the size of a bowls, then hey, by all means, go take him to the dead schoolhouse. Anyway, one day if I ever visit Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm probably gonna go try this attraction out because it looks really cool.
All the children, it's bleeding. Ah! You were a person the whole time. Ah! Wow, what was that? That was a person just flew over my freaking head. Oh, and I come again. I don't want to keep going through corpses. Oh, something's coming at me. Oh, jeez. Oh, people turned into jack-o'-lanterns. That's spooky. Oh, I kind of like pumpkins. Satan! Why are you here? Oh, my God. Look at that guy. Who's that?
Bow down to him or you shall join
Okay, I will bow down. Yes, definitely.
Why don't you take a prize?
Take a prize? Take one?
Take home with you.
Oh, that's so weird. Climb through this gore here. That's not good. Oh, a big Frankenstein! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hi, Jacob!
Oh, you know my name!
I want you all the time, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you.
There's even a part down into the basement area that looks like the catacombs of Paris, which for some reason I've always been interested in. I don't know why, but you know, that'd be cool to go see. Perdition Home. This one I'm going to talk about briefly because it's closed now. It used to be located in Yerba Linda, California, made out of 2 local houses. The theme used to change every year, such as rotten apples, kind of a rotten apple type of thing, but a little more gory and violent. I mean, this one was more focused on the gruesome nature of gore and shock horror and stuff like that. There was even a year where it was serial killer themed. So each room we went into was themed by serial killer. They had a Dahmer looking motherfucker that was there with like a guy strapped to a chair, his head cut off. It was pretty crazy. The actor looked pretty good too. Looked like Dahmer. The owner actually had a YouTube channel that was dedicated to how they built each year's attraction maze, and the attraction was actually free to go through. But the good news is that they started another haunt based out of Chino, California called the Dark Harvest. I don't know too much about it, but if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. House of Shock is located in Elmwood, Louisiana. This haunt was running for about 25 years until closing in 2018. Not a lot documented on what went on inside the actual haunt, but from what we heard, it was a basic attraction with a ton of very professional live actors. I think there was even a live freak show that happened before entering the actual maze, where these actors would do some crazy grimy shit and you just watch and eat popcorn or whatever you like to do. They opened up a new attraction called New Orleans Nightmare in the same spot in 2021. Seems to be the same haunt pretty much, so I don't know. It probably is. Who knows? That was 2021. For all we know, they could have closed that down too, so I would look into it before trying to check it out. The Haunted Hoochie. Whoa. You talking about the haunt? Oh, it's an attraction. Okay. I thought you were talking about you know what? I don't want to talk about it. Located in Pataskala, Ohio. Am I saying that right? This one's called the Haunted Hoochie for a reason. There's a lot of sexy zombie chicks. Graphic. It was known for being very graphic and gory in nature, but like also sexual in a way. There was a scene in which a man gets his genitals cut off, and then another scene in which a guy gets an anal probing from a fucking pre-drill, the drill bit that's like this thick in girth. Imagine a drill bit like that going straight up your ass, just straight up in there. This one was pretty good. There was a lot of things happening throughout the maze, a lot of jump scares. Actors were good, ambiance was great, scary vibe. Look at this guy chicken fucking. He's fucking a chicken. Just right there in the open. It's on some Outlast shit, pretty much. So if you're into that type of stuff, you know, check out the Haunted Hoochie. Penhurst Asylum. This one is located in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Now this one was made in an actual insane asylum that I believe was closed down. This is the first one on the list where the actors can actually touch you, scream in your face, get a little more up close and personal. And I say the first one because there's gonna be a lot more like it later on down the list. This one gets a little, it gets a little fucked. Commotion everywhere, it's dark, you know, it relies on that type of stuff. Other than that, I guess it would give it a real feel of an insane asylum. Just crazy people everywhere up in your face and you know, attacking you or touching you or whatever. They don't physically harm you too much, but they do touch you and they do, you know, move you around a little bit. So it might be a good introductory haunt for those of you looking for more extreme style haunts.
I haven't been touched like that in years.
Which brings us to layer 5, where all the extreme style haunts would be. Alright, layer 5 brings us to a haunt called Alone. I don't think this one exists anymore. It's hard to say because their website is very vague, but from what I read, it's more of an immersive theatrical experience than anything. It's a good intro into the world of immersive theater. People have claimed, you know, you may be touched or moved, or you will be touched or moved, but not necessarily in an aggressive manner, just to kind of get you to go through the experience. And Alone seems to be that. More of an experience than anything. People who have participated in it say that they come out with a different mindset on life, or it just moved them in a different way. It almost seems like an ARG type of thing. It puts them into something that almost seems real but is not, and it's an experience that just teaches you life lessons and such. Fuck if I know. I'm not gonna do that crap.
So visiting the website right now, I can see it says Alone, an existential haunting. Closed. Alone is an ongoing, site-specific, fully immersive and existential experience that explores the range of human emotions, presenting itself in a variety of configurations. This experience explores the complex folds of the human psyche, placing you as the participant within dreams and fantasies and nightmares that you may have had, and within those that you definitely have not. Your body may be touched and moved, or tenderly embraced, or be utterly left displaced and alone. It says it was in the Los Angeles area, individual shows and group exploration shows, full contact, darkness, massages, and tea. More artistic, abstract, and surreal than horror. Very evocative and will make you feel something. A great introduction to experiences that touch you. So it kind of looks like Haunting was the company that provided the experience. Looking at their website now, it says Haunting is your doorway to immersive and themed entertainment. Experiences that linger long after they have concluded. Your guide to immersive theater, haunted houses, film, and games. Events ranging from group focus to single member experiences. We live at the intersection of the unknown and the gray, unafraid to survive the evocative and the extreme. Haunting suggestions: Delusion, Creep LA, Pirate's Cave, Cages, 17th Door, Dark Harvest, Halloween Guide, Home Haunts, Immersive Horror. Okay, so if you guys want to know more about these types of haunts, maybe just visit this website, www.haunting.net, because we've already talked about Dark Harvest, which used to be Perdition Home, I believe. It's kind of interesting. If you guys are into this kind of stuff, visit this website. They got a lot of information, so that way you can experience something like Alone, even though Alone is no longer up and running anymore. I should also mention, with a lot of these style haunts, they won't exactly tell you the location or time to meet them until the day of the haunt, and they will usually text you. And location and timing is always usually random. It could be anywhere from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Specifically with Alone, you were given a time and a place to meet up, and usually you would know you were at the right place with this bright triangle light as a beacon of the spot where you would then sign the waiver and then go through the whole experience and whatnot.
Anyway, it seemed to have been located in the Los Angeles area from what I've read about, and it was just meant to get you out of your comfort zone to appreciate what you really have in life. Next one on layer 5 is Zombie Joe's Underground Theater. Located in Hollywood, California, it's been described as artistically creepy performance art. Art played by actors that are completely naked, from what I hear. They just go on stage doing their performance art. It's not your typical haunted attraction walkthrough like most of them are, but there are actors that walk around while you're watching the performance out that may come and try to scare you or whatever. It seems a little weird, but then again, a lot of performance art is kind of weird, so.
You know, I kind of always
I was inspired in college. I'd been part of other theater groups, and I was inspired in college to start something avant-garde and a little bit different, like from studying with like the Russian masters, like how we felt about the theater at the time, and do something original and exciting. And it kind of all started from there, and feeling like a close, strong connection to the theater.
Bro, this guy just screams performance artist. I mean, just look at him. Look at his ass.
Nightmare's Fear Factory is located in Niagara Falls in Ontario. Mostly relies on the darkness and the fear of the unknown. As you go through it, it's very dark. You can't see what's going on. People touched you. People claim that the actors weren't that good, and sometimes people had actually scared some of the actors because you can't see shit in there. So I doubt the actors can as well. Anyways, if you're afraid of the dark, this one might be a good one for you to try, I guess. As we're moving through this, we're already at layer 6. Layer 6 is where it starts getting a bit more extreme. Me personally, I don't think I would ever go to one of these. I don't think I would, but then again, you know, I've done a lot of crazy shit. So this is where the safe words start coming in case you can't really handle what's going on. They give you a safe word, you sign waivers and such like that. So let's start this one. Coming in first is attention experience. More of an experience than a haunt, it's been claimed to be, which you'll come to find a lot of these down the line tend to be more of an experience than a haunt. In order to be a part of this experience, you'd have to go to their website and solve a puzzle type of thing in order to get in contact with somebody. After solving it, you get in contact with the representative, and from what I read, people's experience are always different. They put you through weird situations that people have claimed they had no rhyme or reason to it. Even if they were trying to get something out of the experience, they didn't know what, because it made no sense. So apparently this was a one-time thing in 2016, and it no longer happens anymore.
I still can't figure out how to describe the tension experience to people.
It was like a smack in the face to me. It was just a roller coaster ride for your brain.
A thunderbolt that just hits you in the middle of your life. It was intriguing. It was something new. I found myself doing things I never thought I'd be doing.
Did that really happen? Did I really do that?
The tension experience totally changed my life.
I don't think any of our lives will ever be the same. Not after this.
I fell in love with immersive theater maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I've been seeking it out ever since then. And it was insane, and there's no way to describe it to someone unless you've actually been to one of them. But you feel alive, and you are relying on no one but yourself to tell the story. What's crazy is you have these actors in these sets, but it's how you view the actors in the sets and how you manipulate them and manipulate yourself through the environments.
He contacted me about this idea, and originally he pitched it to me as a never-ending story where everyone involved would get their own narrative and it could branch out to thousands and millions of other narratives no matter what they did.
Imagine reading a book, watching a movie, but you actually get to interact with that character. You get to interact with the hero or the villain or the damsel in distress or the weird side characters, those great character actors. You get to be with them, in the room with them, and share space with them, and share drinks with them and food, and be touched by them and caressed by them. And to me, that is the ultimate form of storytelling.
But one guy on Reddit claims that it was one of the most amazing experiences of his life. So I really there's not much I can say about it. Tension experience, they just put you through little weird ARG-like experiences. The one thing I can say is that people claimed it was meant to feel real. It was meant to question whether what was happening was really real or not. So that one probably would have messed with my head, that's for sure. Gates of Hell, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's pretty much just a masochistic experience, man. You're gonna be grabbed, pushed, tortured, abused the entire attraction. I think they electrocute you too and stuff like that. So I mean, if you're into that crap, by all means do it. Me, not so much, unless it's, including some hot wax or some whips and chains or something. The 17th Door, located in Fullerton, California. This one is one of the most famous extreme haunts known around. anywhere, I guess. This haunt takes you through 17 different rooms, hence the name, the 17th door. And in each room, you go through different things where actors can touch you, abuse you, shock you, you know, the whole 9 yards of these types of haunts. The thing I appreciate about this one, though, is that the actors are actually dressed up, and it looks like they got cool props and a cool set and all that stuff, while you're also being kind of tortured. I guess this one would be a good introductory haunt to extreme haunts like this. So if you want to try to get into stuff like this, I'd say go for it. I can't recommend you guys do anything because this shit sounds crazy, but whatever.
On my right! My God! Why is this happening? Why are we spinning? I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
This one also has a safe word. Safe word is mercy. The interesting thing about the safe word mercy is that it won't get you out of the haunt entirely. It will just get you out of the specific room that you are currently in and move you to the next room. So in order to get out of each entire room, you'd have to say mercy throughout each and every room. But I think that's cool because maybe if you can't handle one thing, you could just move on to the next thing and be fine. But yeah, like I said, this one's more of a great introductory haunt into like these masochistic extreme horror type things. So if you're looking for something like that, I would recommend checking out the 17th door. Moving on to layer 7. Layer 7 starts to get a little more extreme with its masochistic ways. Safety words are definitely involved, and you know, just it's all downhill from here, man. Blackout, located in New York, New York. This one requires you to go in by yourself, completely alone. Even if you come with a group of friends, they're gonna send you all individually, alone inside of the attraction. Claim that you are required to do exactly as you're told in there, and you can't touch any of the actors, while they can all definitely touch you. And you guys won't believe what the safe word is. You're not gonna believe it. The safe word is safety. Expect to be waterboarded, splashed, or even soaked with human bodily fluid. Expect to be waterboarded, and then you might be splashed or soaked with human bodily fluids. Yeah, like vomit and pee-pee and poo-poo, depending on where you ate. It says fluids, so if you just had Chipotle, I think the fluids from the backside count. They even might go as far as to make you strip naked just to mess with your mind. Cracked. Cracked can be found in the UK. There's no real specific location. This one is run by a company called Faceless Ventures, and this attraction lasts over 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours of pretty much just being tortured and just non-stop abuse, really. The messed up part about this one is that the team will probably try to reach out to you a few times before the actual date of your haunt, just to get to know you a little more and make the haunt a little more personalized. So if they found out you're afraid of spiders or heights or fucking whatever, they're gonna definitely make it more personalized and try to get you to break, to say the least. There's a safe word involved. I just don't know what it is. Dead of Night took place somewhere in New York, and it got shut down due to the extreme nature of the way they were treating people. There's not much information on it. It's just a couple of clips I can show you here on the screen, but it got shut down mainly because there was no safe word. I feel like with all of these, you should have a safe word so people could get the hell out of there if they wanted to. So they just had these people panic or pass out or whatever. This one was a little more aggressive too. From what I can see, these actors were just treating people like pieces of trash. There's not much information on the haunt though, so I'm gonna move on. Stag. Stag was a haunt created by a guy who was inspired by the creators of Blackout. Although it only lasted 30 minutes, it included pretty much the same torture type methods that Blackout did. The only difference was that people claimed that the actors in this one were amazing. People claim that the actors are what made the experience better than most extreme haunts. There's one testimonial of a guy who claims an actress made him completely attracted to her, and then she proceeded to have him do unspeakable acts that he wouldn't normally do. So yeah, that's It sounds pretty cool. This one was described as an extreme theater haunted house hybrid type of attraction. So although it was short, it claimed to be one of the more extreme haunts on the list. The Victim Experience. The Victim Experience was a short-lived experience that took place at the gates of hell. I guess it was like their step up for those seeking a more of an extreme type of haunt. So just think of the gates of hell times 10 or 100. Or 1,000, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't uncommon for people to leave with cuts, bruises, black eyes. Also mental damage. Sounds like my girlfriend when she catches me talking to other chicks. But the good thing about this one was a safe word was involved, so...
Well, that's my mama.
Miasma. Miasma was a invite-only haunt. They had different themes through the years. One year was called Homecoming, and another year was called Into Great Silence, or something like that. Although this experience only lasted 30 minutes, it is said to have changed people's viewpoints on lives, being put them through like the just crazy shit that they had planned for people. There's a testimony of a guy who claimed that as he entered the haunt, an actor had came in and gave him a fake gun, then which he was instructed to go inside of a warehouse and rob these two other actors. Then he was instructed to hold these actors at gunpoint while the other actor left the room. As soon as the other actor left the room, the people he was holding at gunpoint got up and jumped him, where he then proceeded through the haunt of being tortured and, you know, the whole 9 yards of all of these other extreme haunts. So this one was really meant to make the situations feel real and put the guests through intense situations to where you could be tortured or you could even be asked to torture somebody else, which I find kind of fascinating. I wonder if this one is still around. I'm really not sure. I didn't look too into it. A safe word is also involved with this one. Pretty much the rest of the haunts at this point I think are gonna have safe words, so it's safe to say that. Get it?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Catharsis. Catharsis was a one-time event in 2016 in Orlando, Florida. This haunt was themed around the 7 deadly sins. There was a bar area before entering the haunt that you could essentially stay at as long as you like. You could drink, eat food, you know, there was some type of burlesque entertainment where dancers would go and dance all sexy and shit. But once you leave the bar area and get into the experience itself, you cannot go back to the bar area. And this experience was said to be more like torturous in a very sensual and erotic type of way. They would use hot wax and whips and chains and blood and the whole 9 yards. Anyways, this one had a little bit more of a meaningful story to it, as it was said at some point in the experience, you get to choose a path to go down, one of sin or one of salvation. Though I guess the lesson being that no matter what you choose, you're gonna get the same experience, because it didn't matter which door or which path you went down, you're gonna get tortured the same way as the rest of the experience. And that brings us to layer 8, which just has one attraction in it that I don't think is up and running anymore. Yeah, this attraction was called McCamey Manor. McCamey Manor was run by a complete psychopath named Russ McCamey, where he would literally just torture the shit out of anybody. It's said to have lasted well over 8 hours. This one is really weird. This is why I said this guy's a psychopath and he's kind of out of his mind, because the whole experience is free other than your payment being a bag of dog food for some reason. I don't know why, but there's an incentive to this. If you can make it through the whole experience, which is said to last over 8 hours or something like that, Russ will pay you $20,000. And I think there was somebody who actually did do it, which Russ then did not pay him. So I don't know, this guy sounds kind of weird to me. This shit was pretty fucked. Even when you're signing the waiver, you're getting tortured, you're getting slapped around, beat up, getting blood splashed all over you, suffocated, drowned, getting bugs in your mouth, and everything in between. What makes this one the scariest in my opinion is Russ's claims the more extreme parts of the haunts are hidden and not visible to anyone, because he does have a YouTube channel where he posts all of his videos on there of people going through the haunts. So he claims that the more extreme part of the haunts are kept top secret. He also claims to implement MK Ultra tactics during the haunt to the guests, which if you don't know what MK Ultra is, it was an experiment back in the day that the US government used to try to control people's minds, which happened to include pumping people full of LSD to to see if they can control their minds. So it's also claimed that Russ McKamey himself fed people stuff with hallucinogens in it to try to get them to enjoy the hunt or whatever, which would never work, first of all. But anyways, if that is true, that's pretty fucked up, and I don't even think that's legal. Which brings me to the next point. McKamey Manor had to move to Tennessee because they were battling legal actions out here in California. It did take place in San Diego, California, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that. But yeah, he's over there in good old Tennessee now, probably still torturing people for fun. I don't know what else to say about that, man. Like, I was a lunatic. Just look at his face. Just screams lunatic. There's a theory out there even that some of these are fake. Like this tooth extraction video, it was very much so fake, because you can see the fake tooth in the guy's hand before he extracts it from the guy, supposedly. But I don't know, these are all theories too. I mean, the guy's obviously getting tortured for 3 hours long, so I don't know what to say. I don't know why anybody would want to go through that, but if that's your thing, hit up Russ McKamey because he's your man. Anyways, that was the end of the Iceberg video. Shout out to the Reddit user who made this Iceberg list on Reddit. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have probably added more to this list, and I'm sorry if the video felt a little rushed. My camera doesn't exactly have a fake battery, so I gotta kind of rush through these before they die. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of want to make more videos like it. Hopefully I gave you guys kind of an idea of what you might want to do for Halloween. Let me know what you guys are gonna do for Halloween and what you're gonna be for Halloween. Me, I'm probably just gonna get shit-faced somewhere. I apologize if some of these entries were kind of vague. There's not much information on them, but I did what I could find, and I didn't want this video to be too long either, so I did kind of rush through some of them. Anyways, yeah, if you guys like this video, you know, like, subscribe, whatever. I mostly do indie horror game reviews and playthroughs and whatnot, so if you like that, maybe go check out the rest of my videos and such. I know I'm a little late to the Iceberg trend, but come on, cut me some slack here, huh? Anyways, yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next video, and if not, then just
fuck off.